Hello and welcome to Orrstead. Orrstead is a new game in early alpha by solo developer Individual Kex. This game is a city builder in which you do what you do in lots of city builders. You gather materials, you upgrade your town, you achieve different stages of development and continue growing and expanding until you achieve the final stage of development of whatever the city builder requires. So this game is very early alpha, as I mentioned. Right now, when you load into the game, you see the game. There's no main menu. There's no settings. There is a menu, but it's on the escape key. You load right into the game. There's no selection of a new game right away. There's no settings. There's no controls, control customization. It's just very early at this point, but has a really good foundation of a really good game here. So right now there's only phase 1 in the game. Phase 1 takes 20 minutes or so to complete. We're going to complete that today. There are speed controls, so we'll be doing that, and there is a simple isometric map here that we can work on. It's not truly isometric, I don't think, because you can do all of it, but so our objective is to upgrade the ore. The ore is this pillar here in the center of our town, or what will be the center of our town, the center of the focus of our town anyway. And to do that, we need to harvest wood, expand our population, and infuse the wood, as you can see here in the phase 1 goals, so that the infused wood can be used to upgrade the ore. So let's go ahead and get started. I have played this through once or twice, and I don't think this map is a good map. So I'm just going to do a new game and see if this one's any better. I don't like that one any better. Each map is procedurally generated. Yeah, let's go with this one. I'm going to pause for just a moment, though. There are rocks here, stones rather, that are indestructible, so we need to avoid them. There are 3 different colors, I think there's just 3, of surface terrain here. The darkest green is fertile land. The middle green is just land, and then the lightest green, almost yellow or white, there is dry land. There's also river tiles and ocean tiles. There are trees, which we can chop to acquire wood, and that's about it right now as far as resources go. Here in the build menu, we can build houses, which provide housing for 2 citizens. We can build farms, which can only be built on fertile land. That's the darkest green. They provide wheat, which the citizens will need to live off of. We can build paths. We can build taverns, which increase the happiness of nearby households. We can build bridges over the rivers. Only a single river tile, though. So, like here, we could not build a bridge, or here even. But we could go like across here, and then into here, or across here, but we cannot cross 2 tiles together. And then finally, command block, which must be some developer code block. We can also build forestry to plant and harvest trees. And we can build a stockpile to store wood, and we can build an infuser to infuse wood, which we will have to do in order to finish phase 1. So we also have a chop command, a cancel chop command, and a demolish command. So let's get started with a chop command. I'll just go and unpause the game. We'll just go at default speed for right now. I'm just going to chop a few trees here to start with. All my little people here, which look like little people from the Fisher Price, if you were a child in the 80s or 70s. And then we can build some paths to the different areas here. And I think I'll build a path out this way. Paths are free, but they do take time to build. Whereas houses, fields, taverns all cost wood to build. Also bridges do too. But someone will come over here and build the paths. We don't have anything to spend this wood on yet, so I want to build one more path. Do I want to build it? I know things, so I'm trying to plan myself a little bit. Let's do that. And then we'll let somebody get back to chopping and somebody get back to wood path building here. A citizen will arrive, depending on your happiness level, citizens will arrive every X amount of seconds. So happiness is 1 right now, which is the baseline, and that means a citizen will arrive every 60 seconds. As we build houses and farms and taverns, the happiness will go up, but the happiness will go down because we have more citizens coming in as well. So you kind of have to balance, as you often do with other things. I'm not going to build the tavern yet, but I want to look at the tavern, because the tavern has this range, and this range governs what houses are affected by it. So I think I want the tavern to be right here, and then I want to build houses up to that point. And we'll build one at a time, though, because they kind of don't really have much in the way of priorities within the job priority system, which I guess I can show now. So the first priority here is transport, and then construct, farm, infuse, and then chop. So chopping is the last thing they're going to do, and these can be dragged and dropped into whatever order you'd like, but right now that's kind of a decent order, so we're going to keep it there. But construction is not prioritized. There's nothing prioritizing anything within the construction category. So they could build roads, or they could build houses, or they could build two houses, try and build two houses at the same time, which I think I would prefer it if they built them in the order that they were placed, so that we could get one done before they started delivering logs to the next one, kind of thing. So they finished this one, and then somebody will come and build it, probably. They're transporting the logs as well to the next one, but here comes somebody to build this one now. I also did a little bit of rough estimation on how many citizens each farm can support, and it looks like it's about 4. So we're going to have to build a farm here kind of right away. So let's go ahead and do that. We also have a homeless meter here. We have 4 citizens, now 5, and 2 of them are housed. That means 3 are homeless. Over here, our happiness just dropped to 0 because we have enough homeless citizens, i.e. apparently 3, that it counteracts the baseline happiness. And then this is our current wood supply, and the change that's being accounted for here. And then finally our wheat supply here as well. So we're going to probably need a second farm in a moment, but we'll get there. It's interesting, though, it only showed 1 person with the house tag over their head, even though there are 3 homeless people. So I don't know why that is. Maybe there's some vague housing allowance for the people who have, or like for 2 people, maybe in the ore or something, or it's like in some other games where like the first 4 people or first X amount of people have free reign housing wise. Let's do another field, I think. The problem is going to be with the fields that each field requires a worker to work it. And so you have to kind of balance a little bit with how many fields you have versus how many, maybe we won't build another field yet, versus how many workers you have. Because you can't just plop down a bunch of fields, because then you won't have people doing anything else unless you adjust your priorities. And we have hungry people. Yeah, we should build another field then. There we go. And there's an edge to the town's range at this point. We've hit it right here, actually. This white box is all the further we can build. Note, I said build during phase 1, or while completing phase 1. We can harvest trees as far as we can get to. So we'll be able to build bridges and even get to these trees if we so choose, because the ore is close enough to this river that we can build bridges on it. But eventually you have to upgrade your town to the next phase. Let's do another house here. And then a couple people will come and pick up the logs and deliver them. We're still at 0, which means that we're not going to have new citizens arriving, but we're also not going to have citizens leaving, I don't think. So we're okay at this point. We might as well do some more chopping. Because if they're not doing anything, they might as well be chopping trees. We're going to need lots more trees anyway to build stuff with. Okay, once this is done, then everyone will be housed. We'll have actually 1 space free, and that will kick our happiness back up to 1, and we'll have new citizens arriving again. Once the food is satisfied, then we'll probably even have a little bit more happiness, and they'll start arriving even faster. We could even probably put up a tavern. So we can use also the 1 and 2 keys here on the above the alpha, or on the alpha numbers, to speed the game up and to put it back down to normal speed. I think we're doing okay on wheat still. We're now at 6 people, so that's a good supply of wheat for 6 people. I think we can go up to 8 with 2 farms. We probably should get another house ready so that we can house the next person who comes in a minute. But I want them to finish the tavern first. I think we'll go up to speed 2 while they finish that, while they do some chopping and finish the tavern. Right now we have 4 people who can work on chopping and hauling, because there are 2 dedicated to farming. And that's just because, I mean, the farmers will go transport, but they kind of prioritize their own transportation over log transport. There goes the tavern. And it does take them a few seconds to actually build the tavern, or a few sort of cycles to build the tavern. Put this down, next house. And then we probably should start working on a forestry even. The forestry has a range, and the range serves 2 purposes. One is where we'll grow the trees, and I believe the second is that's the closest they can be to each other. So I think we'll put a forestry a little bit further out than that, I think. Yeah, that'll be fine. We're not going to need that many houses anyway. So put a forestry here. We'll put another one over here if we need to. And they'll eventually come and build that. Speed up again. We can also build a path over to here. Or over this way, I should say. Not to it, but over this way. That way, its range is covered. And indeed, you cannot build them where they overlap, where the blue box overlaps another forester. So you have to kind of be a little bit limited there. And then I'd like to also build a stockpile to store the wood in when they're done chopping, so that they can come back and take care of it. Chop again, and there are shortcut keys there for chopping and building. Building is B, chopping is C, X is to cancel chop, and V is demolish. We have now gone up to happiness 2, or we had already gone up to happiness 2. So citizens are now arriving every 42 seconds, and we're now currently at 11 citizens, 8 of which are housed. So we're going to need to have another farm built, and we're going to need to build another house too. Kind of waiting for them to get the logs placed there before we built the next thing. All right, now we're up to 12, which means, yeah, we're going to need another house. Let's build another house. We'll put it on this side of the road, because this is still covered by the tavern's range. You can see that here. So we'll build a few houses here along this side of the road too, as we need. We only need to have 15 people, but we might as well keep going a little bit. And I think I will build also the infuser, or I'll schedule the infuser to be built here next. And we'll put that here also nearby the ore and also by the wood stockpile. So they're now planting and chopping the trees when they've been planted. And we can continue to destroy trees all we want out here as well. And it's kind of a good thing to keep them busy anyway. I don't know why that one's standing around. We could probably build one more house. I don't want to build a bunch of houses so that people just keep pouring in, but I think we can keep building. There's no way to stop the citizens from arriving once you're happy with the amount you have, except for to stop building houses. So the good thing about the stockpile is they will pick up the logs and deliver them there. So you don't have to worry about them laying around, and then they're close when you want to use them for something like building or infusing. Let's just keep chopping. So like we can't cross this river here, but we could put 2 bridges in to cross at this point. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so they should start delivering the logs to the infuser now. Yep. They're working on... They need 5 wood to have 1 infused wood. So there'll be a little bit of work to do for that. I think this will be the last house I build, because we want them to stop growing. We're going to need another farm as it is. So we'll take care of that. Here comes the first infused wood. And then they pull it out of there and they deliver it to the ore. And the ore is going to need all 5 of them. Let's keep chopping. And maybe we should build a bridge too. We could also build another forester. We have a little bit more space we could build one in, I think. I could build one here, but I think I'll build it down here. Maybe like this. I know there's people hungry. I think we're okay with 4 fields, but... yeah, we're okay with 4 fields. I think. They're complaining about being hungry, but I think it's okay because they will... I think it'll stabilize because we just built that 4th one. Infusion is second to lowest, so they're going to deliver logs to build, I think, before the infusion. Oh, apparently not, because there's 5 logs in the infuser right now. There it goes. Oh, now they're delivering there. Probably should put a bridge here, but I can't put it that far down because that's outside of the range of the town. It has to go here or here. Maybe I'll put it out here. Yeah, let's put it here. And then we'll build a path out there too. Here come the last 2 logs. Oh, not quite. Oh, they're going to build the bridge. Right, I didn't wait. I didn't wait. That's what I was talking about earlier, where they will deliver things to wherever they feel like, not necessarily the oldest or some sort of a prioritized building. Okay, that one at least got delivered there. That's good. And then we'll have 2 forestries going. I don't think anybody's hungry anymore. Yeah, we just have 2 homeless citizens. So, or -2 because of homeless citizens, at least. So I think we're okay food-wise with 4 fields and 16 people. That's kind of where I want to stop at this point because, I mean, we could continue out here and chop some more, but I think I want to stop here with the population. There's the 3rd infused log going up. Yeah, they're out there. They do seem to chop in a priority of first come, first serve, though. So, like, these ones aren't getting hit until these that I marked are all cleared. And that seems to be consistent. Okay, and then they're gonna transport those there to be to use for building. But it looks like they might be delivering some also to the infuser because I see a couple in there. Yep, confirmed. Okay, this is the 4th infused log. We'll have 1 more to make. And we have plenty of trees here, hopefully, to allow them to finish that. And so now we can get over here to chop these trees if we choose. So I'll just go and mark some just to show that. And the ore is now up at phase 2. Now, there is no phase 2 yet. It's coming soon. So this is the extent of the game at this point. I asked the developer where he thinks that it might be... it might be for phase 2, and he thinks probably a few months. As I mentioned, solo developer, probably doing this on his spare time. So it's going to be a little bit before phase 2 is out, but if you're interested in this game, you can find it on itch.io. I put a link in the description, and you can also like and follow it, wishlist it, whatnot on Steam. I'll put that link in the description as well. On itch.io, you can obtain this alpha for free or for your own free will donation, and I'm sure the developer could use the help with support on itch.io. So if you are interested in the game, go check it out. Go check it out there. Give it a try yourself. Provide the developer with any feedback you might have, and consider giving the developer a little bit of a donation for the game to keep the development progress going. So we're going to end this here. I want to once again thank individual Kex for reaching out to me to ask me to to try out this this early alpha version of the game and to play it for you today. And we'll see you all next time. Bye for now.